Welcome to the Daily Devo. My name is Grant, and today we're talking about worry. The Sermon on the Mount, arguably Jesus' most famous sermon, was taught from a mountainside, and he covered a whole bunch of topics, and one of them was anxiety and worry. Now, people have been worrisome or anxious for a very long time, and in the middle of this conversation about anxiety, he asks a question of the value of an animal and God and his value of you. And here's what he says. This comes from Matthew chapter 6, verses 24 through 26. No one can serve two masters, for you will hate one and love the other. You will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and be enslaved to money. That is why I tell you not to worry about everyday life, whether you have enough food and drink or enough clothes to wear. Isn't life more than food and your body more than clothing? Look at the birds. They don't plant or harvest or store food in barns, but your heavenly Father feeds them. And aren't you for them far more valuable to him than they are? Can all your worries add a single moment to your life? Are you not much more valuable to God than a bird? Jesus asks. It's like it says, hey, look at those birds. See them flying up there? They don't do any of the responsible things that you do in terms of providing food, but God provides for them. Are you not more valuable to God than they are? Won't he be providing for you? To us, he wouldn't say food probably in our own context, because most of us, we probably don't wake up worrying about food. But he'd say, the birds of the air, they don't store away for a new car. They're not on TikTok and Twitch trying to put themselves and put out feelers and try to get famous. They're not trying to earn their parents' love. They're not flying around filling out applications and doing volunteer hours to get into their dream college. They're not hustling and bustling so their kid might get a D1 scholarship. They're not doing any of the responsible things that you do, but yet God still provides for them. It's like Jesus is saying the birds, they don't even really try. They don't even try, and God provides for them. They just fly around looking cool, and they find a worm and they eat the worm. And in spite of their almost lack of effort, they still find a way. They find another bird. They end up having baby birds. And when it gets cold, they have a place to go in the south when it's warm. And somehow God provides for them and their hatchlings. And now, I don't want you to think that the birds aren't valuable to God. But I just need you to see how much more valuable to God you are than the birds, and yet he provides for them. Most of us probably again would say, no. I think I am. I think I'm more valuable than the birds. But Jesus would say this. When you're worried, you don't really believe that. You don't think God has promised to meet your needs. Jesus isn't saying, hey, don't try at life, don't work hard, don't stay on budget. He's not some weird life coach being like, oh yeah, just sit on your hands and everything's going to be fine. You'll get everything you want. No, the Bible doesn't teach that. It says be responsible, fill out the application, do all the things that you're going to do to be responsible. But at the end of the day, God has promised he's going to meet your needs. He will provide for what you need, and you can trust him. You are more valuable to God than a bird, and when he provides for them, he will also provide for you. When God looks at you, he looks at someone who was made in the image of someone distinct from all creation. Do you know how valuable you are to God? When people see the Grand Canyon, they're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing and incredible. When they see the Rocky Mountains, they're like, wow, this is astounding. And when God sees those things, he's like, yawn, took half a day. But they pale in comparison to you. You were made in his image. You were the one he died on the cross for. That's how valuable you are. And he has promised, I will meet your needs. You are more valuable than a bird. So what if instead of worry, we work towards trusting God? Because in our worry, we actually show a lack of trust. Thank you for watching the Daily Devo.